The XGIMI Horizon S Max smart projector is an all-in-one premium 4K projector with Android OS TV and aims to bring you a high-end and easy-to-use viewing experience for at home and more. Here's my experience reviewing it. What's the main headlining features here for the S Max? 4K resolution, 3100 lumens of brightness for a clear viewing experience, Android TV OS built in with sound using Harman Kardon speakers with IMAX enhanced viewing experience backed with Dolby Vision certification. What makes the S Max great is the out-of-box experience thanks to the all-in-one stand with the rotating base and swivel when using it with the auto keystoning feature alignment, and this is pretty much the best way to cast a perfect image and size on any flat surface, and that can be on the wall in front of you or actually on the ceiling. The Horizon S Max makes it's very easy to enjoy a great viewing experience when actually watching your content. Now, when unboxing the XGIMI Horizon S Max, it comes with everything you need to get set up and going. The packaging is nice and clean. You get a projector, which is actually fairly compact and well put together with the integrated stand, which also has a slot for the barrel connector for the power brick that comes included, and also a remote control with AA batteries with a quick setup guide. The setup process here is so nice and easy that it almost doesn't even need a section because it's as simple as plug it and play. From connecting the power outlet and setting up your home Wi-Fi connection to the projector, logging into your Google account, and also accessing things like the Play Store and Google Play services, downloading all your favorite streaming applications and more. Signing in, it's pretty much as simple as that. We will touch on the overall experience a bit later on though. Now, as for how the S Max actually looks like, it looks nice and elegant and fits right at home. And yeah, when it comes to how it looks, I like the fact that there is a motorized cover for the lens when it's off, which is great for protection against the lens, and it kind of adds like a nice flair to the projector as well. Now, connectivity wise, it does have one HDMI input and two USB-A ports. Now, a quick comparison mention against the Horizon Ultra, which XGIMI did also send over. The design of the S Max is very similar to the Ultra, and in fact, the Ultra does have more connections like two HDMI inputs, a wide Ethernet port, optical audio out, 3.5mm audio out, and two USB-A ports as well. So in a lot of ways, if you do value having these extra inputs, then the Ultra is the way to go. But the convenience of the S Max is something that is way better when it comes to casting an image thanks to the built-in stand to any surface, and also just the out-of-box experience is just much nicer because it does have that built-in stand. So the versatility is much more in favor and the ease of use on the S Max. So really just thinking about that as a difference, that's where I really like what I'm seeing here with the S Max. The viewing experience is much more straightforward and quicker compared to the Ultra. All that being said, what's the actual image quality and viewing experience like? And I have to say, it's actually really good. And I know I sound surprised by this, and maybe this is because it's the first time I've used a projector in a long while, and this is my first one in a long while. But even during the day, where there's a lot of natural light coming in, the image quality is actually really still good. Now, I would definitely say that the best viewing experience is when the ambient light in the room is overall dark and lower, because that's what's gonna allow the image to pop and stand out, especially with the 4K ultra high definition resolution and the bright 3100 lumens. The image quality is really good. XGIMI does rate the range when it comes to the image size between 40 to 200 inches, but it recommends to stick around the 60 to 150 range for the best viewing experience. And this is really all down to like the distance of where you're casting to the surface, and that's how you're able to get the size that you want. But overall, the image quality has been a pleasant surprise, and XGIMI, I have to say, they really did a good job here. Now, the same also goes for the sound. Now, I will say that for the sound quality, although this isn't gonna set your world on fire or alight, for built-in speakers in a compact package like this, yeah, it's actually really good. Now, of course, you do have the option, if you have something like an external Bluetooth speaker, to be able to get in there and amplify the sound that way as you connect it to it wirelessly. But I have to say, taking into account for built-in speakers, these are way more than workable, and for a lot of normal people using this, they are gonna be fine with it. Now, overall, I'm a big fan of the Android TV software experience. It's fast, responsive, and most importantly, very easy to use with access to a lot of popular streaming services and applications like VPNs and more, which gives a level of flexibility, versatility, and usability that really makes using a projector very inviting and not intimidating at all. Now, my biggest gripe is the lack of a native Netflix application that's built in, and I think this is down to a licensing issue that XGIMI has where they don't have it for this projector. So, that's something you have to bear in mind. Now, there is a workaround for it where if you download the desktop launcher application from the App Store, it then gives you the option to install Netflix. Now, bearing in mind, this version of Netflix is workable, but the experience is nowhere near as smooth and slick as a native TV Netflix application. So, bear that in mind when you're using it. So unless you're actually planning to use an external streaming stick or an external HDMI source like your games console that has Netflix built in, then this is the best way to use Netflix. Now, there's so much more that I could get into with the S Max, like the dual Light 2.0 technology, wall adaptation for the best image quality on the surface that you're projecting to, and the eye comfort protection, which when you walk in front of the projector actually disables the image and protects your eyes and more. But at the end of it all, it's really down to the general overall experience. And I have to say, for what is meant to be a high-end all-in-one premium experience, the Horizon S Max from XGIMI is a great one. And of course, bar a few other considerations mentioned, this is definitely a great projector to consider.